Hi and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to have a look at the INNOX Microphone Stand. I've been using it for a while. It can be mounted both on a desk and on a C-stand, and I've been using it on a C-stand for my overhead shots. I'm actually using it right now to record audio, and it's a good microphone stand. But let's dive straight into the video and find out more about it, shall we? Okay, so this is the arm. The reason I chose this arm is because I saw an offer on it online. It was £59, and I thought it's a good offer given the fact that it's one of the stands that I like. These are also known as arms. I like to call them stands. And what I like about it is the fact that it has these solid arms instead of two pieces, thin ones, because I think it looks more robust and it looks more professional. And also I like the fact that the cable runs through it instead of outside. One thing that I was disappointed with it is the length of the arms, because in the picture they look to be longer, and they're not all that long as they look in the picture. They're only 400mm or about from one joint to the other. So that was a bit disappointing, but it only meant I need to add another 20-inch extension when I'm using it for overhead shots on a C-stand. So it's not that big of an issue. It's still long enough and good enough for using on the desk. That's no problem. Also, I like the fact that it came with an XLR cable, and the XLR cable it came with is a 5-meter XLR cable, and comes in two versions. It comes with either an XLR cable or a USB one. In terms of mounts, it comes with a desk mount, which you have to drill through the desk and put these bolts through. Or if you don't want to do that, it comes with a clamp as well. So it has one through hole and another hole at the top. So yeah, that's the mounting of it. This is a spring system because it has a spring that opens it up. And the reason it has a spring is because when you put weight on it, it allows it to counteract the weight of the microphone, so it won't sink in. It will stay in the position that you are. The only problem with that is that sometimes I feel that there's a little bit too much tension. So I feel that the microphone doesn't have enough weight for it to keep it where I have it positioned. For example, if I pull this in, because sometimes I need to pull into when I'm adjusting it this way, and this is fixed, then it will already put some tension on the spring. And the spring that I'm talking about is this. This runs along from the bottom, from here. So it's fixed here and it runs along all the way to the top. So when I'm already bending this a little bit, I'm putting some twist in this joint, then there's already tension in the spring. And if I bring it closer like this, if I don't have a lot of weight on the microphone, even though the joint screw is tight, it's still not enough. So it tends to go up and it tends not to stay in the position that I want it to. And also there's another thing, when you have it loose, like everything is all loose, like there's no tension in the spring, these will come apart like this, which is something I don't like. Speaking of the tension in the spring, it has a few settings. So basically you can add more tension. You can move this screw to either these holes. So you pull it when it's out of tension like this, so you should be able to pull it easily when the screw is out, and you can add more tension to it. But if you add more tension to it, then that problem will get even worse, the one that I just mentioned earlier, where it tends to go back on its own. In terms of the build quality of the XLR cable, I wouldn't say it's the best one. If I compare it to a Pro Cab, which already is not the most expensive one, it's one of the more affordable ones. That isn't to say that it's not a good one. I'm actually quite impressed with the quality of these ones, but they're affordable. I would say that the quality on the Pro Cab, it's a little bit better than the one it comes with. So this is not the best quality in the world, and the name of it is Yongsheng. So it's obviously a Chinese one. Not the best, but it does the job, I suppose. So yeah. Also, I want to mention that it comes with a 3/8 of an inch screw, and it has a 5/8 of an inch adapter for this is the typical microphone mount. So it's good that you have both, because that will give you some versatility when it comes to mounting things on it, which is very nice. So let me show you how you can adjust the length of the cable. For example, if you want more slack over here at the end, I will show you how you can do that before we move on to mounting it on the C-stand. So in order to do that, you need to take this nut off this end. Usually this is the only end that you need to take it out of, but if that's not working, then you may need to take the middle one as well. So basically you take the nut out, then you take the bolt, you take that plate and this piece here, and always remember the way you took them out so you can put them back the same way, and don't mix them with the other ones. Okay, so now that this is out, all we need to do is pull this out a little bit and pull on the cable, and at the other end we need to make sure it doesn't get stuck. So basically we need to make sure we push it in while we're pulling the other side out. That should be able to come through just easily, but if it doesn't come through, you may have to take it apart from the middle as well. In my case, it's just fine. It works just fine, and I feel that it has a little bit too much slack, so I'm just gonna pull this. I'm gonna do the reverse. I'll push the other side in and pull this side out. So as you can see, it's already working, but I think it's just fine the way it is at the moment. So I'll just put everything back the way it was. So now I'm going to show you how I mount it on the C-stand. Okay, so the way I'm doing it, basically as you can see, I have a 4-foot extension arm on a C-stand, and then I have a 20-inch extension arm. And the reason I have the 20-inch is because, like I said, this stand is kind of short, and this will compensate for the length, because I need a longer reach, so I can just sit down at my chair and make sure that this will reach me above the camera and above the lights or anything that will be in the way. You know, I need a long reach, and this will provide extra reach, and this is just perfect the way it is. And I have it mounted on a grip head, and then here I have the microphone, as you can see. On the other side of the extension arm, I have some weights. As you can see, I had to add some weights to make sure it's balanced. And over here I have a recorder fixed on a magic arm. But if I want to add something heavier, for example like the F6, which I don't trust it on a magic arm, then I can add a clamp with a spigot and a mini ball head, and this will provide better strength, and I find it to be a little bit more sturdy, more stable. The last thing that I did, I've added some wheels. So these wheels you can find on Amazon. They're specially designed for C-stands, and you can turn your C-stand into a rolling stand. And the reason I've added this is because sometimes, you know, you need to adjust your microphone ever so slightly backwards and forwards or to the sides, and it makes it so much easier because there's already a lot of weight on the C-stand, and lifting it's not an easy task. So having these wheels is so useful, and these wheels can take a lot of weight, but of course you need to, if you're planning to use these, you need to make sure you read the description and you follow the weight recommendations so you don't overload them. But anyway, I do recommend these wheels. They're brilliant, and that's how I'm using it on a C-stand. Thanks for watching. I do hope you learned something new, and if you did, please do hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel, and that way I can make more videos and you guys can learn more. If you're into this kind of stuff, subscribe as well, and if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments down below, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care now.